Hello and welcome, it's Jane here. Now today we're going to focus on you, understanding objectives of your clients. Now that means in the interior design business, the brief. And we're going to cover this subject for the next 5 minutes on number 1, the residential client, number 2, the commercial client. Now they both require slightly different things and what their aim is for their brief. So let's just go straight into number 1, the residential client, and what understanding the objectives that your client needs with their brief that they give you. Now, when you get a residential client, if they don't know you, they could come to you first of all with a very, very small project, and don't ever underestimate just a tiny little job, because they can lead to big jobs. The client, unless they've had a recommendation from a close friend or family, they're trying you out. And it's important to them that you can understand what they want, because you're creating their dream. And you have to get that client's personality into their environment so they are at one with their place and space. And so they may ask you just to do the tiniest little thing first. And if you do that to perfection and you've got that first little bit of rapport from doing the measurements, getting the requirements, all the fitting done, and they've seen how you've progressed through that. They know that you can do the standard, but also you're on the same wavelength. You understand their needs, which is so important. And often that can lead to a whole project. And in the residential, you get the odd client that will say, I'd like you to do the whole house for me from start to finish. And yes, you'll do it, but very few, unless you are full on it, you're not going to be able to do that all in one go. So you'll take that in segments and do a bit at a time and break it down to important rooms first, and then move forward and do the larger things. But you still have to understand all their little requirements and to come up with ideas to cover all the needs. So it has to be functional as well as look wonderful, and each room moves in with the same theme that you're going through right from the first room to the last, so that, okay, you may change your colour palettes, but they still have a coherent theme going through so that you have a whole balance to the property. And some clients will still get you to do everything, but their budget isn't there, and so they will have a room at a time done. That might be one room now, another one in 6 months, or even the following year. You could have a client for years, and that's the beauty of this business. It can just grow and carry on and give you forward work. So it really is super, but you've got to build up that rapport with the customer, and they've got to think that, yes, we're on the same wavelength. You know what I want. You know the standard that I want. And you can fulfill all my needs on the brief at my budget. And if it means that you've got to tweak some of your ideas to help fit in, that's down to your skill to get it on time with the budget. Now let's focus on understanding objectives of your clients with number 2, the commercial client. Now they will look at you in a completely different field, and it varies to whether you've done a big project or not, that you actually have something on your books to prove to them that you've already done something, so you've got your grounding there. But if not, start off again, don't worry, start off with a small commercial project, and that will lead you on to another one. But You've got to do slightly different there. They still want their brief met, but what they're looking for is that you have a complete understanding of their client. So you are doing the environment for their clients to come into and to feel it and make it all balanced and work as one. But you've got to understand all aspects of what their clients' needs are, not as just your client that's paying for it, but their clients as well. So you've got two sets of slightly different things that you have to cover, and make sure that you're covering everything and all the benefits to both parties on that for you. So I hope this has helped with you today. And as I said before, I will be doing the same time tomorrow. We will be focusing on S for services you can provide. Now today, if you like what you've seen so far, if you could just click on the like button, or if you'd like to place a comment in the comments, I'd appreciate it and would look forward to you giving me some feedback and communicating with me. Bye for now and see you tomorrow.